Hey y'all, what's going on? I'm here for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 6, Episode 1. We start off with Jocelyn or whatever. She's, 6 months pregnant at this point. She's doing a photo shoot. Stevie J has been MIA during this whole pregnancy. And we done seen this play out in the blogs. At this point, we know Stevie J is the father. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then we get a cross scene with Stevie J working out or whatever. He tells us about how him and Faith Evans didn't work out. They're better off as friends, which we know that already too. He's saying how, at the time that Jocelyn got pregnant, she was running around with a whole bunch of dudes, so he feel like anybody could be the daddy and everything. We see young Dro at her photo shoot or whatever. She's throwing like a party, a masquerade party and everything, for her and young Dro's new song or whatever. And she's talking about how, Dro is a real hip-hop artist and all this other stuff. I mean, Dro got some cool songs or whatever, but I mean, yeah, but anyway, so she's talking about how he's been on the billboards and all this other stuff, blah blah blah, and like how he's not her baby daddy. And we see Stevie J get served with some court papers. So moving on from that, Jock and Carly Red, they're back in cahoots or whatever. But I did see on the blogs the other day, I guess they trying to say her and C's from Black Ink Crew is messing around. I mean, I don't know, but I just C's, you might not want to do that, but I mean, anyways, so like I said, her and Jock are back in cahoots or whatever. He got him a new spot in the woods or whatever, away from everybody and all they bullshit. He got some, he got like a little farm or whatever there. He's saying how Carly is his addiction, and she's like that Jock called saying that, he misses her, that he missed her. And, she's like, that softened my heart. And, I love his new hairstyle. I'm like, you probably the only one. So, he's saying that, so while she's all in love or whatever, he's saying like, I'm not really trying to be serious with Carly. I'm just trying to smash. And, she expresses to him that, she's been through a lot and she wants to know, like where they're at, where they stand at, and he's like, we cool right now and everything. She feels like that he should apologize, for the things that he did. And he like, you about crazy as hell. Like, you gotta apologize. He was like, if I do, you gotta apologize first. And, she was like that you was the one eating bagels and cream and cheese. And, they comment that he had made about her vagina that time. Well, I forgot what the hell he said. But y'all remember he was trying to say that her vagina was, I guess, infected pretty much or whatever. And, but like she said, you was the one, you was down there, doing your thing. So, whatever, so, she was like, okay, let's make a bet. If you apologize or whatever, you have to do a photo shoot for me. And he was cool with it or whatever. And then she was like, naked. And he like, what? You know what I'm saying? But, it's a photo shoot for her book or whatever. It's a sex book. She wants to talk about her sexcapades, especially with Jock or whatever. So she wants to give the people an illustration. I don't really know if I want to see that. But, so anyways, if she apologizes, he wants her to, clean his tree house, in bra and panties and some heels, naked, on Instagram Live or something like that, he said. And he was like, and if you really be good, I might text you the address to Jocelyn's masquerade ball or whatever. And Carly like, please, me and that bitch is not cool. I ain't going no damn way. So moving on from that, we get Mimi, Tammy, Rashida, Arian. They all meet up or whatever because it's been a long time since they saw each other. Rashida, she's like, so what team are you playing for this time, Mimi? And Mimi's like, I'm still in the Lady Pond and everything. And I think Tammy or whoever asked, like, was this your girlfriend right here? And that's where we get introduced to Melissa or whatever. No, she's not Mimi's girlfriend yet. Apparently, it's always been bad timing for her and Mimi to, try to date or whatever. So it's just potential right now. You know, Melissa owns her own bar, and she's like a big LBGT, you know, promoter in Atlanta. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I don't live in Atlanta, so. But, you know, she's known Kirk for 20 years. So, of course, she knows Rashida. You know, Arian and Carly, they've just always been around. So, the only one that she doesn't really know is Tammy. So, you know, she asked Tammy, she's like, you know, but Walker be comfortable with you hanging around a girl like myself. And, you know, Tammy is like, well, Walker not even in the picture right now. So, like, it don't even matter. She says, you know, after 7 years, she found out that he's been unfaithful during their marriage. And I'm like, wait a minute, when you first came on this show, didn't you say before y'all got married he cheated on you like twice or something like that? Yeah, girl, you tried it with that shit. But anyways, you know, she's saying she's at peace at this point. You know, he's the one who's going crazy, but of course we know that they're back together at this point, so whatever. Rashida says that Kirk is complaining about how she doesn't cook enough, and you know how she's not really potty training Carter. And they like, what? You know, you have a business to run and everything, so shit ain't been all peaches and cream with them either. So, and of course we know about the shit with the baby, and you know, but we'll get to that. So, they asked Mimi about Stevie J or whatever, and Mimi is like, you know, we're in a good place, you know, we're co-parenting. And you know, they asked Mimi, you know, how is he excited about being a new father or whatever. And you know, she like, well, Stevie talking about when the baby's born, you know, talking about Jocelyn's baby, that, you know, I'm gonna hold up pictures saying who the daddy, who the daddy, who the daddy. I said Stevie J ain't shit. So she's like, you know, I mean, fuck all this malarkey or whatever. He just need to go on ahead and get a fucking blood test already. So, you know, they find out that Melissa is also cool with Jocelyn or whatever. And Tammy is like, see, I was cool with you up until that point or whatever, this, that, and the third. And she's like, you can't be cool with me because I'm cool with Jocelyn. Tammy is like, nobody's cool with Jocelyn. Mimi is cool with it as long as, you know, they don't have her name in their mouths or whatever when they hang out and everything. And Melissa, she's like, Mimi doesn't know the extent of how cool her and Jocelyn are, but she don't let Jocelyn talk shit about Mimi either, you know what I'm saying? And I, you know, respect it or whatever, because I'm the type of person too, if two motherfuckers that I hang with are not cool with each other, I'm not going to allow the other person, you know, to talk shit about that person and vice versa. I don't get down like that, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, yeah, Melissa, she's going to the, you know, masquerade party for Jocelyn. She's the only one that's going. So, anyways, moving on from that, we get Tommy and Stevie. You know, she's saying how she's trying to change because she went through a lot of shit last year, and she admits that she didn't live up to her full potential or whatever. You know, Stevie J shows up. She's telling him how Jocelyn is causing a lot of problems in her life or whatever, and how a detective called her lawyer and telling her that she has to go to the police station. And you know, she says that she wants Stevie to come with her and say something since he was there. And I'm guessing they're talking about the incident that happened where she was, you know, out the car or whatever, I guess this is what the situation that happened on Peter Street or whatever, where Tommy was, you know, trying to threaten Jocelyn and trying to pop off on her or whatever. So she guessed that, you know, a restraining order wasn't enough for Jocelyn. She had to really, you know, take it there with the law and everything. And you know, she's crying and saying, you know, how she's trying to take care of her family or whatever. And it seems like, you know, once you trying to change, motherfuckers gonna come at you, you know, try to come at you with the same old bullshit and everything, and how it's gonna make her revert back. And I get that or whatever. You know, we all have flaws in us and everything. And when you are trying to change, the same old BS is going to come at you. But that's the test to see if you really are trying to change, or if you know, if you're learning. You know what I'm saying? That's the test to see if you really are learning, or if you just, you know what I'm saying? And in the process of trying to change, sometimes you are going to go back to, you know, the same old bullshit, you know what I'm saying? But you have to keep on fighting and keep on, you know, saying, you know, keep on telling yourself, you know what, I'm not going to, you know, do this, you know, do the same old thing or whatever. It's not going to happen overnight, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Tommy, you can't blame Jocelyn for all your problems either. You have to take responsibility for your own actions as well. You know what I mean? Because you was off the chain way before you and Jocelyn stopped being cool. You know what I mean? So anyways, she's like, you know, why Jocelyn couldn't keep it in the streets or whatever. She like, you know, if you pregnant, I'll wait. I cracked up when she said that shit, you know. But pretty much Stevie is going to see what he can do. He tells Tommy about his situation with Jocelyn, how, you know, she served him with papers about a paternity test, and he says that it can possibly be his and everything. And, you know, he says that he just ain't been communicating with her, and, you know, she been doing all, you know, all the ranting that she was doing on social media and everything. So moving on from that, we get to the masquerade party, and Jocelyn is there with Dro or whatever. Melissa, she comes over with drinks and everything, and Jocelyn says, you know, how much of good friends her and Melissa are. The only problem is that she's friends with, you know, Molly the maid and Carly Red and the rest of them bitches or whatever. So Jocelyn, she's making her announcement and everything, and she says, you know, she's like, you know, everybody's, you know, standing around waiting for the Puerto Rican princess to give an announcement or whatever. Like, why y'all looking so thirsty? Y'all can't wait, can't you? I'm just like, this bitch. Like, Jocelyn, you don't sit the fuck down somewhere. So anyways, they played the song and everything. I can't really give an opinion on it because they ain't played the song long enough. So if y'all heard the song, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Whatever. Carly, she shows up to spy on Jock to see what he does when she's not around. She sees him at the bar with some bitches or whatever. Melissa spots Carly. She's like, what the fuck are you doing here? You know, do Jocelyn know you here? Carly like, I don't care about her. I'm here to spy on Jock. Fuck her. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Carly is, she's like that Jock is over there with the bitch, and she's pretty too. So Melissa is trying to get Carly to leave, but Carly like, nah, fuck that. I'm going over there. Okay, so, you know, Carly, she walks over there. Jock is not surprised to see her because he did text her the address, you know, or whatever. Carly is like, you know, you look handsome and everything. Now, who's this bitch? Okay, so, you know, he's like, this is Jasmine or whatever. And, he explains that this is Rod's girl, you know, my homie Rod or whatever. And Carly is like, you know, Rod that just got out of jail? And the girl Jasmine, she's like, yes, you know, whatever. And, you know, Carly is like that Mimi used to date Rod or whatever, and she knows that he's bad news. And so probably, you know, Jasmine is probably shady too. So, you know, Jock is like, I was just congratulating her on her new baby, and, you know, on their new baby and everything. And Carly, she's suspicious. She like, you got a new baby, but this motherfucker was locked up. He just got out or whatever. And Carly like, you know, something don't seem right about that. Jock is like, Carly, it's her business, like, leave it alone. And Jasmine's like, no, you know, it's not Rodney's baby or whatever. And, you know, she's like, well, whose is it then? Jasmine says Kirk. Melissa like, you know, her and Carly, they like, Kirk who? She said Kirk Frost. All they facial expressions changed, especially Jock's. Jock was just like, bitch, say what? Kirk, my friend Kirk Frost? Like, you know, like, he was just like, it was just crazy. But anyway, so Jock is like, you know, I don't think she know what kind of drama what kind of can of drama she just opened by, you know, letting that shit out the bag. Carly like, I need to see a DNA test. You know, Jasmine's like, look, I'm not trying to cause a whole bunch of drama and everything, so, you know, we're just gonna get a drink. I'm like, bitch, come the fuck back here. You can't just be dropping no bombshell like that now and then talk about something you have to go get some. No. Bring that ass here, girl, in my DC Young Fly voice. So anyways, you know, Carly is like this is the type of people you like to hang with or whatever. And, you know, Jock is like, I came by myself, me in this coat. Okay, like, Jock is hilarious. Like, he is so fucking hilarious to me. But anyway, so Jock is like, you know, I don't know what Kirk did, but that looking on that young lady, she don't look like she was lying. Not to say that she can't be lying, but yeah, she don't look like she was lying. So Carly is like, telling Jock, like, should I believe her? Because I don't want to go back to Rashida with this and it don't be true. And Jock is like, it's not your place. Melissa, she with Carly, she like, yes it is, because you gonna go back and tell Kirk, right? I said, got a good point there. Got a good point. So, Jock is like, this man, let me sleep on his couch 2 years ago. So I'm going, look out for him and everything. So he texts Kirk, like a warning text message to let him know, listen, my nigga, you about to step into some shit, okay? So, Kirk, he walks in with his trifling ass. And, Carly is like, Kirk, you is a motherfucker, okay? And, no, she was like, Kirk, you motherfucker. And he looking all confused, like, like what the fuck did I just walk into? So Jock tells him about the girl and everything. Kirk claims he don't know her. Jasmine walks back over. Jock trying to be discreet with it, all up in Kirk's ear, trying to explain to him. Carly like, fuck that. Let's cut all the bullshit here. And I was with Carly on this shit. Cut all the bullshit. Let's get to it. Kirk, do you have a baby with this girl? And Kirk, he like, do it look like I got a baby with her? And Carly and Melissa like, well, do you know her and everything? Kirk, he just laughing. Carly and Melissa, they just leave because they just over it or whatever. Jasmine is like, oh, so you don't know me or whatever. And Kirk is like, do I? You know what I'm saying? And Jasmine is like, well, that's your response. Then I know where the fuck you stand. And, she like, so you ain't never meet me at my house or whatever. And Kirk, he all quiet and shit. And he like, about Rashida, right? And you know that I'm a married man. So what would you be doing fucking with me? And she like, oh, don't sit up here and try to flip the motherfucking script. She flipped the script back on his ass and was like, what would you be doing fucking with me knowing that you're a married man? And Jasmine, she's like, he was at the hospital with her when she gave birth. And, he paying money for the child and everything. And I'm like, damn, Kirk. So for him to act like this is just like, what? You know what I'm saying? But she kind of did expect it. Kirk leaves or whatever so he can get to Rashida and try to tell her about the shit and everything. So we get Melissa and Carly. They're at, Melissa's, bar or whatever. They text Mimi a 911 to meet at the bar and everything. Carly tells Mimi that she was there to spy on Jock. She wasn't there for Jocelyn or whatever. She thought that he was there with another bitch, but come to find out it was Rodney's girlfriend. And Mimi like, who? So Carly, she reiterates what she says and everything. And Mimi is like that. She dated him for years, she dated him years ago, before she and Stevie J had got back together and before she had Eva. And she was like that he was horrible, you know what I'm saying? And Carly goes on to say that, she got a baby, but it's not Rod's. Like, guess who? So Mimi trying to guess, and Carly is like, Kirk's. Mimi like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And her and Melissa, they was like, yeah, we both was like, Kirk who? You know what I'm saying? And she said Kirk Frost. And Mimi thinks that Rodney might be involved or whatever because he's a scammer. He fucked up her credit and she had to go to jail at one point and everything. And Carly is like, well, bitch, it gets worse. Kirk walks in. So as soon as, he walks in, Carly is like, I was all over him like white on rice and everything. And all he could do was Millie rock on any block. You know what I'm saying? Just like, that, y'all know that shit that Kirk do and everything. So, Mimi is like, if somebody is lying on you and it's not your baby, you're going to say that. You know what I'm saying? And Carly is like that. That's the only reason why she didn't hit old girl and everything, because the way, because of Kirk's reaction pretty much. I was like, Carly, you won't gonna do shit. Like, your ass can't fight. So anyways, Kirk, he doing 80 and a 60 fucking ticket to rush home to Rashida to try to, tell her about, old girl and everything before Carly Red, tells her. And he's like, it's sad how somebody tries to fuck up your little bit of happiness and everything. I'm like, Kirk, you've been doing that shit since season motherfucking 2, okay? With your fuck shit. So don't sit up here and try to blame this, and you still continue with the fuck shit. So don't try to blame this on nobody but yourself, alright? But anyways, you know, he's glad that Rashida is at the Buckhead townhouse, because had she been at the other house, you know, she probably would have been heard about it right now. So, you know, he walks in trying to explain or whatever, and, you know, about what happened at the party and how Carly was looking at him crazy, and, you know, saying to him, like, you know, you've done it now and all this other stuff, and, you know, how somebody said that, you know, he got a baby with some girl and everything, and, you know, Rashida is like, you know, well, who's the broad or whatever, and he was like, you know, the broad comes out the back or whatever, and no, this is when Rashida says, you know, like, who's the broad and everything, and he like, I don't know, some drunk chick stumbling or whatever, and Rashida like, well, what's her name? And he like, Jasmine or whatever, and he was like, that she's saying something, something, something. I'm like, you saying a whole bunch of nothing, nothing, nothing. And he's like, you know, this gotta be a joke or whatever. And Rashida, she knows Kirk, and she knows that the story ain't right. She know that he on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And he was like that, you know, well, she was like, you say you don't know the girl, right? And he says, well, you know, I might know her from some strip club or whatever, this, that, and the third, and everything that she works in. And Rashida, she's confused, you know, she like, are you out here doing some shit you ain't supposed to be doing? And he like, not at all. And, you know, Rashida, she's like, is there anything that you want to let me know? And he like, nah. And she was like, well, you know, we had problems in the past or whatever, so if this shit is true, then we gonna have a motherfucking problem, pretty much. So, moving on from that, we get Tommy and Stevie and everything. You know, she's going to the precinct or whatever to see the police. And, you know, as soon as Stevie walks in, they don't even want to hear shit that he got to say. You know, they just instantly put Tommy in handcuffs. So, you know, she says that, you know, she's going to try to handle the situation like a lady or whatever and not take it to the streets. Emphasis on try. So, moving on from that, the last thing pretty much is we get Stevie J and Jocelyn. They meet up or whatever, and, you know, she can't believe that Stevie would, you know, deny her baby and all this other stuff. I'm like, you know, y'all both crazy as hell, and y'all both had probably done some shit and everything. So, I mean, but like I said, we already know that he's the daddy at this point, so whatever. And pretty much that's where the episode ends off. All she, you know, says is, what's up? And he's like, you know, you tell me. And that's where the episode ends. It was okay for, you know, first episode or whatever. You know, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you guys come back. And I will see you guys later on. Peace.